Yes, period. All right. Hey, what's good, y'all? How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? I should make sure everybody's in the building. How are y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? Yes. What's up? What's up? Yes, if y'all know me, I am never live. I am literally never live, but I'm here. I just really felt called to talk to y'all real quick and to just, connect with you guys and to just show love and really to help you guys get to that next level when it comes to desire. Yes. When he said first time I caught you live, girl. But y'all feeling good for real? Everybody comment down below exactly one word how you're feeling, like one word to describe how you're feeling at this very moment in time. One word. Free, present, excited, delicious. Yes, delicious, amazing, divine, relaxed, scared, aw, open, exhausted, oh, blessed, abundant, phenomenal, grateful, blissful, happy, grateful, lost, overwhelmed, excited, drained, expanding, thankful. What's going on in Atlanta? Inspired, lucky, sleepyish, thankful, insightful. Okay. So we got a little bit of mixed energy and mixed emotions right now, but we also have some good vibes and good feelings. When I tap into how I'm feeling right now, like I'm honestly feeling so good. Like I feel like it's giving Money May energy. Like I really feel like May is going to be very transformational for a lot of people. I think that this month, like especially, I forgot what holiday it is, but there's a holiday that happened on May 1st for a lot of people in a lot of cultures, but also this holiday specifically, I'm pretty sure it's really tied to the energy of fertility and creation. And in just a couple days, we're about to have a full moon. And I know that full moons are really a time of releasing, and this is going to be an eclipse. So, this is a very powerful time. This is a time where we're going to be releasing things and letting go, and it's going to be in Scorpio. So, Scorpio, it's not a light sign. Scorpio is about releasing things that are weighing us down, purging, just letting go of anything that's stopping us and getting in our way. And at the same time, with it being with access with on the axis with Taurus is the Venusian energy. Taurus is about our self-worth, how we feel about ourselves, our possessions, the things that we can tangibly hold, the things that we can actually see. It's earth, it's our sense of self, right? So when we go back and forth and we have these eclipses happening between Taurus and Scorpio, we see that there is an opportunity here to have some kind of transformation, Scorpio, especially in our financial situation, with our self-worth and finances, and also just in general, when we have that Venusian energy, which is what Taurus is all about, it's about knowing your worth, truly knowing your worth, and truly knowing what it is that you deserve and standing on it. And I think that's what this energy is all about for us as a collective right now, but specifically with this full moon coming up, releasing what no longer serves us, right? Somebody said Mayday. Oh, snap. I didn't know it was an active shooter. Oh my God. But yeah. But today, I just wanted to hop on real quick and I wanted to do a quick little exercise with you guys to really get clarity on our desires, because I'm recognizing more and more when I'm having like coaching calls with people and I'm mentoring people and stuff like that. A lot of us have guilt around our desires. Like even me, like I even recognize that I had a little bit of that energy too in a lot of different ways, where we don't quite know, either we don't know what we want, but really it's not about not knowing what we want. It's about we've spent so long suppressing what we really want and taking the bare minimum, that we're no longer actually connected to our truth, that we're no longer actually connected to what our heart actually desires. We're used to numbing down how we really feel and accepting what is just being given to us. But today, I want to challenge you guys to really think about, if you had a magic wand, just like I got my selenite stick right now, like if you had a magic wand and you could have anything that you want, like anything that you want, and your life could look exactly how you want it to look. Truly, what would your life look like? What would you do? What would your life look like if there was no limitations? If you were to get no judgment from your family, no judgment from your friends, no judgment from society, if you were to just live your life, what would you actually want? And I want you guys to think about that. So if you have a journal with you, get you a journal. If you got a little device that you can use, like a little phone, use that. But I want you guys to list out at least 5 things right now, either by yourself on the journal, or you can drop it in the chat, whatever the case is, or one thing, whatever the case is. But think about this. Like, if you could really have anything that you want and there was nothing stopping it, and anything that you wrote down could come true, what would you write down? What would it be? What would it look like? How dope would it be? And like, it could be anything, right? Like, there's so many things that we're taught that we can't have and that's not possible. Like, for example, one of the things I was struggling with, I had this limiting belief came up. I was like, yo, if I get too rich, I'm not gonna be able to get provided for. I was like, what? Like, I just had things come up recently where I'm like, what are you even talking about? Or like, for example, like maybe deep down inside, somebody out there wants like 2 boyfriends. I don't know, but like things that may not be like acceptable to society, things that might not be normalized in your culture. Like, if you can really be honest with yourself, what would you want? Like, what would you actually want if no one was looking, and if it could just be real for you? She said, and yes, 2 loving husbands. Period. Financial freedom, the love of my life, traveling with my family, my successful business, and living in my purpose. Financial stability, financial freedom. Okay. What does financial stability and financial freedom look like? So, like, start to make it a real thing, like a real thing. So, do you know what financial freedom actually looks like for your lifestyle and what you want to live? So, how much does it cost? Like, how much would your life cost, and how much money do you needs to be coming in order for financial freedom to actually be a thing? Because a lot of time we like to throw out, I just want to be financially free. But how you gonna know when you actually financially free if you don't know what financial freedom actually costs? So how much money are we making? How much money are we attracting? You know, how much does it actually cost? Travel the world to speak and have a girlfriend and a boyfriend. Oh, okay. Okay. My music career taking off, a loving boyfriend. I would be a billionaire mystic and still provided for. Okay, billionaire mystic vibes. It looks like an IUL in place for my son, bills paid in advance and automated. I'm aware of the cost, $15K a month, period. I love that. I love that. Okay, what else? What else? What else? What else would you guys want to manifest? Traveling and taking care of my family. How often are you traveling? Are you traveling every month? Are you traveling every week? A prosperous herbal business. How much money is prosperous? Are we doing 50K months, 100K months? What are we doing? What's prosperous? What does prosperous mean? A loving and romantic relationship. Okay. What is loving and romantic relationship? What does that look like? What things are you guys doing? Who are you hanging with? What are you doing with each other? What is romantic about it? What does romance look like to you in your life? How do you want to be treated? What does that actually look like? Right? Monthly travel, 25K a month, period, doable, super doable. Let's make it 30. Okay, 100K months. Okay, my new gym in a 5,000 square foot home. I was gonna say $5,000 home. If we see a home for $5,000, somebody let me know where that house is. I might enjoy right now. I hate to be low vibe, but right now I'm in a place where I don't even feel like I can have anything, regardless of how small or big it is. Aw, babes. You can have anything you want. It truly is all in your mind. It truly is possible. And deep down inside, if we have a bunch of desires and we have a bunch of wants and we have all these needs, basically there's a part of us that isn't 100% in alignment with the actual desire. Maybe we have a fear around it. Maybe we have a guilt around it. Maybe we feel like it's going to come with something and we don't want to sacrifice it. Maybe we feel like because we are the way that we are, we're not going to be inherently worthy of it. Like, for example, only certain kind of people get to have that, but not me. Only she can have that because of who she is and not me. Only certain celebrities get to access that lifestyle, and I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a regular schmegular person. Like, we have all these things, but deep down inside, when it comes down to it, there's an internal belief that says, I am not worthy and I'm not deserving. And that belief comes from some kind of experience, some kind of belief inside of us that was programmed into us at a very young age. Maybe we were taught that, we weren't worthy based off of something that happened to us. Maybe our parents didn't teach us and affirm us. Whatever the case is, maybe we were just taught that from society. We see in social media that only certain women get to have a certain lifestyle and a certain man, whatever the case is, and people that look like me don't. But regardless, you have to really ask yourself, like, is this truly 100% true that a person like me can't have the thing that I actually want? Like, is it the law of physics? Is it so true, like the law of gravity, that I'm not going to be able to access that amazing lifestyle? Like, is it true? And it's not. You have to, I know it's so hard when you're in the moment. Sorry if you guys hear that noise. There is currently a lot of stuff going on in my house. They're redoing the floors. But basically, you have to trick your mind, not even trick, you have to remember that you are deserving of the thing that you want. And I'm telling you, you're not even going to see the way. You're not even going to see the way in front of you if you don't accept that it's a possibility right here, right now. Like, I had a thing come up recently where I realized I'm making a decent amount of money. Like, I'm doing good for myself. I got celebrated for my 70K month not too long ago. I've been killing the game. I've been doing things. But for so long, I wanted to do like 100K, 150K months, 200K months. Like, I wanted to do something like that. And recently, what I've been doing is every single day for the past 30 days, well, really 20 days so far, but I'm doing it for at least 30 days straight. Every single day, every single morning, I'm waking up and I meditate. I literally sit with my hands open. I close my eyes and I just breathe into my body. I think about the goal that I have in mind and what I really want. And then I 10x that goal. So literally, like, try this for a second. Think about one of the goals that you wrote down. I want you to just relax and close your eyes with your hands in receiving position. And I just relax into my body. and I become aware of the inside of my body. I become aware of the outside of my body and right above my skin, and I feel the air on my skin. I go inside of my body and start to feel into my emotions and see how I'm feeling. And I even go into my mind and see how my thoughts and my mental body's feeling. And then I move all the way down my body and I bring that awareness to the bottom of my feet, through every inch of my body, just activated in this present moment. I put on some beautiful, lovely music, and I think about my goals and the goals that I wrote down that are just 100% what I want. And regardless if it's not acceptable, regardless if my family this and that, this is what I want. This is what speaks to my heart. This is what my soul is set on fire to have. This is what I feel like is in my purpose and is in my destiny. And I realize that if I have a desire, it's because I already experienced it in some way, shape, or form in some distant reality. So if I call on it right now, I'm aligning myself to that present moment. So I think about one of those goals, and instead of just accepting that particular goal, like let's say for a fact it was 50K months for somebody out there, I would 10x that goal inside of my head. I would like really go above and beyond. For me, it's 10 million. So for my financial goal, I usually focus on the energy of 10 million. So I skip right past all of the other things I was focused on previously. And I just imagine as I take a deep breath into my heart, I breathe in through my hands until it reaches my heart. So I breathe through my hands. And then I just meditate on the energy of 10 million. I meditate on the energy and I pull in and breathe in the energy of 10 million. I breathe in the energy of amazing dating life. I breathe in the energy of my YouTube channel going crazy. I breathe in the energy of my businesses launching with a bang. I breathe in the energy of happiness and fulfillment and a connection to God. I breathe in the energy of health and mental peace and sanity. I breathe in the energy of endless travel. I breathe in the energy of amazing friendships. I breathe in the energy of creativity and endless ideas. And I 10x everything that I just said. And I just literally imagine breathing it through my hands. So take that deep breath and breathe it through your hands all the way into your heart space in this moment. And just breathe it in, soak in the feeling of that energy. And connect with that energy in this very moment. Ashe. Okay, so I do that. That's one of the things that I do. I do that meditation. I make sure I clear my energy field every morning, but that's the big bulk of what I do in my Venus challenge, I call it. And I do that every single day. I do that every single day. And when I wake up in the morning, because basically what happens is your body stores memory. Your body stores memories and emotions and how you feel about yourself, all the things your body holds on to it. So if you say to your body, I want to experience being treated like a freaking goddess by a man. I want him to worship me. I want him to give me everything. I want to feel loved and adored, and I want to love him with my whole heart. If you are not prepared for that, and your body is not used to that level of emotion, that level of feeling, what will happen is you may manifest the thing, but it will not stick. This is the classic example of the people who manifest big, massive amounts of wealth, but then out of nowhere, their life goes to shambles. They're spending it ridiculously, and then 2 years later, or a year later, or a couple months later, the wealth is nowhere to be found because they aren't able to actually hold it. Their nervous system isn't actually built to be able to isn't actually built to be able to sustain it. So when you actually start to hold that energy in your being, all of a sudden you start getting anxious. All of a sudden you start feeling these limiting beliefs. All of a sudden you start having all these negative thoughts because your brain and your mind has not been programmed to be receptive to that energy. So when you actually practice holding on to that energy, when you actually practice being able to contain it, you do that for a repetitive amount of time every single day for at least 30 days. I just turned it off, y'all. So when you do that for at least 30 days, what happens is now you are conditioning your subconscious, you're conditioning your body. Understand that your body is your subconscious mind, they're one and the same. So when you condition the body to feel the emotions of what it would feel like to experience the thing, and it becomes normal in your life, now you have no choice but to manifest the thing. So that thing that you thought was so impossible, now all of a sudden you start to see the way. Now all of a sudden you start to get the ideas. Now all of a sudden you start to be attracted to the right people. Now all of a sudden you start to be disgusted to the wrong people, and you start to be like, hold on a second, I ain't going to deal with this. Now all of a sudden you start to think about different ways to get the thing. Literally, I had this moment where I was like, I've been doing the practice over and over again. And I realized, like, I've been making a good amount of money. Like, I've been doing multiple six figures for the past 3 years, right? But Miss, I need to be millionaire energy. So I've been really holding on to that frequency and holding on to that energy and really setting that intention. And when I tell you, in the past 2 weeks, I'm completely in alignment with that $1,000,000 energy. I'm completely in alignment with that $1,000,000 energy. And I really feel like May is going to be insane. Like, I don't know what, but I'm starting to see the literally situations move around. I'm starting to have ideas that were literally right in front of my face. The answer was right in front of my face, but I never actually saw it. You guys won't realize that if the answer that you're looking for, the way out, how you're going to get the thing, is literally right in front of your face. And notice how I'm going right here. Notice how I'm naturally pointing right to the third eye, the center of clarity, right? It's right in front of you. But the thing is, when you don't open up your mind to it and your subconscious to it, you're always going to be blind and you're not going to see it. The answer is there. So no matter how stuck you feel, I guarantee you, if you practice receiving again and again every single day, you are going to notice change come into your life. You are going to notice synchronicities start to appear. And then at some point, maybe the next day, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, whatever the case is, the thing is going to appear in your life. If you are dedicated enough, if you are focused, especially if you are a person who is struggling with a lot of negativity, with a lot of feeling of lack, with a lot of feeling of I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that. Repetition is key. And like I said, Venus is value. It's your sense of self-worth. It's your ability to know that I am worthy of this thing. The energy of Venus says, when I know that I am worthy, when I love on myself, when I pour into myself, when I give to myself, people give to me naturally. Venus is the goddess where she's always doing this. She's always looking backwards, like she's always looking in the mirror because she realizes that life is a reflection of her. Everything in front of you is the current representation of your vibration. Like I always say, if you look at your life and you're like, I am not satisfied with my life right now, it is your own vibration. If you have people in your life that you're not rocking with, it is your own vibration. If you are not satisfied with your financial life, it is your own vibration. If you are not satisfied with your romantic, your financial, your love, all of it, it is your own vibration and frequency. And a lot of times people get triggered. They're like, why would you say that? Like I saw a girl the other day on my comments. She was like, well, this just brings me so much anxiety. And I feel like you're triggering me because you're making me feel like it's all my fault and X, Y, and Z. A lot of people don't realize If it's your vibration and it's your repeated negative thoughts and your beliefs and your emotions and your own conditioning that has caused you to feel some type of way to see that reality in front of you, it is also your same thoughts, beliefs, and emotions and repetitions and habits that can actually build the path for you. So just like you got yourself into the mess, you can also get yourself out. So that actual statement is not to make a limitation in your life. It's not to worry. It should give you a sense of satisfaction. It's to give you a sense of like, you know what? I can actually do something with my life. I can actually focus on things that are in my control. My decisions, how I care for myself, how I love myself, how I nurture myself, the standards that I want to uphold in my life. It's not an attack, it's freedom. When you realize that everything is mental and all is mine, you have freedom now to choose the life that you want. And a lot of people think that's BS, like, oh my God, like this girl, she, it's just woo-woo. No. I, even down to my channel, even down to this YouTube channel, I've been on YouTube for 10 years. A lot of people don't know that. I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years, a whole decade of my life. Before I started my channel, I was posting videos and I was posting content. And just like you, everybody, you got to start at zero. Sometimes you got to start with nothing. So I started with zero. I didn't have any subscribers. I didn't have any viewers. And I was just posting content and doing the best that I could. And then one time I got frustrated because I was putting so much energy and so much effort into this channel. And I was so frustrated because I'm like, why am I not growing? Why am I not seeing changes? Why am I not seeing anything improving in my life? And then literally I woke up one day at 3:00 in the morning and I was just like, you know what? Screw this. My life is going to change. And it's a decision. It's a decision. You have to be decisive. You have to be like, there is nothing that is going to stop me. There is no way that this thing is not going to come into my life. There is no way I will ever go back to my previous life. You have to decide this day forth and this very moment, it will not be the same. It was 3 a.m. I woke up. I said, my life will not be the same. My channel is going to blow up. I'm going to have this many subs. My videos are going to take off. And I was going to start something really big. So literally, I took out my calendar. I brought out my calendar on my phone. And I said, on November date, I'm going to have this many subs. On December, I'm going to have this many. And the next month, I'm going to have this many. And then literally, now all of a sudden, I put in that same amount of work that I was putting in, right? I made some effort. But then two, next thing you know, when I got to the dates that I wrote down in my calendar, I surpassed those dates by like 5 times. My channel started to blow up. Things started to go crazy for me because I decided and because I said, I'm freaking worthy of this. And there's no way that I'm not going to get this. You got to have a full body decision. You have to have a knowing that it's not even, there's no way that this will not come in my life. There's no way that I will not be successful. There's no way that I will not be provided for. There's no way that I will not be at that next level of my life. There's no way that I'm not going to get through this moment right now. There's no freaking way that I'm not going to become the person that I know I'm capable of being. There's no freaking way that I'm not going to be loved. There's no freaking way that I'm not going to get out of this depression. There's no freaking way. Of course. Of course. It needs to be a full body decision. Right? Comment right now in the chat. I decide. I decide. Decide. If you're seeing this video right now, take this as your clue. Take this as your message. Like, don't even literally let it sink in. I decide. Yes. Yes. Period. Yes. I decide. I decide. Yes. Ashe to everybody that just said, I decide right now. To everybody that just said, I decide right now. Let it be so. It is what it is. Let it be. It has no choice but to be in this moment. Literally, everybody focus, close your eyes, focus on that reality right now. Focus on what you want right now in this moment. Not even what you want. Focus on already what is signed, sealed, delivered. It's yours. All right. Focus on that reality right now. Decide it's done. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. Pretend like it's right in front of you. You can see it. Jump into it. It's already done. Jump into it. Visualize yourself jumping into that reality. It's already done. Put the desire right in front of you. Grab it. It's already done. It's already done. Once you decide that you're worthy, then what you do after that is you have to be like, okay, for example, if you want to be provided for, you want to have a delicious, loving relationship, then guess what? Now you have to do the, what's the word? Like practical solution to it, right? You want to do your best to position yourself for success. Once you have the energetic work and the spiritual work, you position yourself for success. So realistically, I mean, I literally could have been like, you know what? You know what? I want a successful YouTube channel. I'm only going to post one video. I'm only going to post one video and I want that video to blow up and that's just what it is. And I decided I could have done that. I didn't. What I just after I decided and made a decision, I got my energy around it. I made that mental decision. I worked, I put in consistent effort, but it was something that I loved and something that I fell in love with, right? Next thing you know, like I said, my channel started blowing up. I started meeting the right connections. I got flown out by YouTube to do campaigns, paid campaigns, like the whole 9 yards and the whole thing, right? Because I decided, but I had to position myself for success. So just like I decided, okay, if I want to be a YouTuber, then I got to put myself out there on YouTube. I got to make consistent YouTube videos. I'm going to show up and be the best person that I can possibly be on YouTube. Right? I'm going to make the content that the best content that I think I could do. And honestly, I'm about to level up my content soon, y'all. I'm about to level up my content too soon because I haven't done the best that I can do, and I'm really feeling the energy of just upgrade, and I want to break through to a whole different level. If you want to be in a relationship, then it's time to start doing the inner work. So heal, like do the inner work, the internal work around what you feel like you deserve in a relationship. If Prince Charming were to come up right now, what thoughts come to your mind? Like if the guy came up, he was providing for you, he was being there for you, he was protecting you, he was nurturing, he was like, he had that nurturing energy, but still that masculine energy at the same time. He was cute, he was fine, he was everything he was looking for in a man. He had energy, he had charisma, he was just that guy, and he was loyal and committed to you. He pulled up right in front of you. What thoughts come to mind? Like are there any thoughts that come to mind like he doesn't exist? He wouldn't like me. He wouldn't be into me. Nobody like that exists in my city. What thoughts come to mind? Thank you, Empress. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I'm so glad I could help you. But what thoughts come to mind? Are there any thoughts that come to mind that are negative Nancy's? Yo, Cat, what's up, Cat? How are you doing, Cat? Yo, I met Cat at my retreat. Cat is amazing. She said, my first thoughts are, oh, hello. Kat says she ready. Ooh, amen. I'm accepting that. Somebody said, I thought of my ex. Okay. That's good. That's definitely good insight. That's definitely good subconscious insight. Maybe you feel like he is the representation of what you were looking for in a man. Yeah. That I'm not beautiful or worthy enough. Okay. Yes, that I'm not beautiful or worthy enough. Literally, all of the negative things, hard to believe when I haven't seen it. Sometimes I think I'm not good enough to be the one. Okay. So all of the negative thoughts that come to mind when you think of that guy where you're like, he don't exist or he ain't gonna be into me or I'm not good enough. These are the exact subconscious beliefs that are blocking the guy from actually showing up. Okay. These are the exact subconscious beliefs. So anything around your desires, anything that says, I can't have it, I can't, any reason that you have for why you cannot have the thing, these are the beliefs that you want to start investigating. These are the beliefs that you want to start asking yourself, where did I get this from? Where did I get this from? Where did I collect this belief from? When did I start thinking like this? When did I start feeling this way about myself? Do I hang around people who constantly affirm negative things? Start to do an assessment on your life, right? Same thing with money and finances. What weird beliefs do you have around money and finances? Like I said, I was like, oh my God, if I get too rich, then I'm not going to be provided for. But then I was like, shut up, girl. Like, relax, G. You know, that I'm not attracted enough and the guy won't want to be with me because of my disability. Listen, every negative thing that you give yourself as a reason that you're not going to be deserving, these need to start becoming your assets. These need to be start becoming the reasons why you are deserving. These need to start becoming the reasons why you are going to attract the thing, the reasons why you are going to actually be the perfect match for the thing. You know, just because, for example, for the girl that's like, I've never seen it before, I've never seen it in my life, I got to see it to believe it. Okay, you would be the perfect candidate to experience that type of man in your life, because now you can have a fresh perspective. You can be the example for your family line. You could be the example for your friends and people around you. You can learn something new. And we came here in this lifetime to learn things and to release old patterns. So you are the perfect candidate because you have not experienced it and not seen it. It would be the perfect time to see it because you want to evolve and upgrade. And that's exactly why we're here on this planet. So you are the perfect person. You see how I just reframed that? You see how I just reframed that whole thing? Reframe it. Me and my friends, we always reframe each other. Like as soon as we start talking all times of negativity, I'll be like, ma'am or sir, that's not the truth. So you need to have friends like that around you. And you need to also be that person for you in your mind. You got to start checking yourself before you wreck yourself. Yes. One of the beauties of Venus, like Hibiscus Melody said, the moment you affirm that you are worthy and deserving of love, then it will show up in the 3D and you don't have to do anything else. Yup. Yup. Let's talk about that for a second. So the energy of Venus, like I said before, I've been meditating on the energy of Venus. I've been really connecting with the energy of Venus. Like I don't know why. Like it's not like it's a Friday or anything, but I just really feel her energy and that spirit's energy and that planet's energy right now. And one of the things when you actually study Venus, her glyph, like her symbol, actually means she is above matter. So you see, the circle is above matter. Now, matter itself is Saturnian energy. It's reality. It is what is realistic. It's the material world. So it's everything that we can see in front of us. It's everything that we can hold and touch and stuff like that. And for the most part, if I wanted to slice this in half, I can't do that with my hands because I have certain limitations, right? If I wanted to experience something that just wasn't quote unquote possible, if I wanted to fly right now in this very moment, maybe I could, but also, I mean, I just can't because in this physical reality, we have certain limitations to what is possible, right? Matter itself has limitations that usually take time to see changes and to evolve. However, when you start studying the energy of Venus, you learn that the energy of Venus is above matter. So, Venus energy, Venusian energy, goddess energy is actually above the matter, mind over matter, energy over matter. She can move the energy of matter based off of how she feels about herself. So that is the story and the secret of Venus. When you tap into your sensuality, when you tap into your ability to receive, when you tap into your worthiness, when you tap into your value, when you tap into your beauty, when you tap into your art, when you tap into that energy of, I am worthy of it, I deserve it, your sensual energy, your sensual nature, you start to attract it more and more and more. And then her number is also the number of 6. And I know we get all triggered by the number of 6. We're like, oh my God, 6 is an evil number. No, that's just the patriarchy trying to demonize our energy. That's just the patriarchy trying to demonize the divine feminine. When you look at the number 6, 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons create reality, matter itself. But then also 6, if you look at the number 6, like really look at it on here, what do you see? 6 look like it's actually a symbol of pregnancy. It's representing also a pregnant woman, right? Pregnant energy, which is the symbol of fertility. Venus is also a symbol of sexuality, a pregnant lady, right? So, because she represents also that innate sense of fertility, she is a symbol of creation. So, when you are able to be the portal of life, when you're able to create anything and step into the energy of your femininity, and not just femininity on the earthly plane, but femininity on like the actual esoteric, spiritual, mystical femininity, the divine feminine energy that has been suppressed in society, the goddesses that everybody used to worship and that we don't talk about now. Okay, I'm not going, I ain't going to say too much, but the energy that we all used to inherently be connected to and know and study, it has been suppressed because that energy in itself is able to bend matter. It's the energy of Venus, the energy of 6 is able to literally bend matter. Bending matter means to be able to create nothing out of something. Venus and her life, she walks the way that she walks and the way that she moves. She's able to attract everything she needs to be able to get to her desires. She's the kind of energy that walks in the room and all the things that she wants is right there at her doorstep. All the connections she needs, there they are right in front of her. They come to her. She is that magnetic force. She's that magnetic energy. She doesn't have to try too hard. And people outside looking in, they're like, yo, how does she get everything she wants? Because she knows that she's worthy. She breaks all the rules, and that energy breaks the rules because she doesn't have to obey by the laws of matter. She can make her own matter. Okay. So when we're stuck in Saturnian energy can feel very heavy. It can feel like life is a struggle. It can feel like we're stuck. It can feel like there's no way out. It can feel like just so bad. We have all these blockages that are clogged in our energetic system, but it's all something that we got going on in our mind. But Saturn, I love Saturn. Saturn's great, but it's just like the hard knot life. It's learning how to, it's Saturn way is grinding every single night, barely getting sleep and putting in all this work for 25 years. And then you finally get the success. Venus says, listen, I'm worthy of it. I'm going to show up and it's going to be right there. And then when I get the thing, I'm going to receive it with gratitude. I'm going to love it. I'm going to nurture it. I'm going to make it feel so good. And I'm going to be so appreciative. So you can mix these two together because Saturn actually really does love Venus as well. Like Saturn naturally falls head over heels for Venus. Like he wants to support Venus. But Venus knows that she can get whatever she wants. And we all have that Venusian energy somewhere in our chart. We all have that Venusian energy in our spirit. And that Venusian energy is definitely a part of the goddess frequency, right? That that goddess energy that shows up in many different cultures, in many different spiritual beliefs, in many different histories that we all have in our family lines. Yeah. Kat says Saturn in some stories is her father. The love is real. Yeah. Like Saturn loves Venus. Saturn actually loves Venus. So reality and matter actually loves Venus. So when you actually love on yourself and pour more energy and love into yourself, Saturn will actually support you and will allow matter to bend to your will because Saturn has a soft spot for Venus. So, how do you actually love on yourself? How do you actually love on yourself? How do you actually fill yourself up with the Venusian frequency? Do the Venus ritual, like I had said before, the Venus ritual, the Venus challenge. You want to do stuff like that every single week, every single day. Like, for example, I told you for the Venus challenge, I literally meditate on receiving the thing that I want and breathing it into my heart through my hands, through my Gucci. I said Gucci. Through my pussy. I breathe it into there and I feel really good about it. And I just feel really good about the thing that I want, right? So I focus on that and I do that meditation every morning. Every Venus day, so every Friday, I like to dedicate that day to some type of self-care ritual. Maybe it's a spiritual bath. So maybe I'll get some rose petals. Look at that, guys. Oh my goodness. Literally, over the past week, I have received so many flowers from different men. Like, I was like, what is going on? Like, I got flowers delivered to my doorstep. I got flowers given to me. Then I got some other flowers given to me, like roses and this pink. I was like, all these flowers. I like it. It's a synchronicity. But on Friday, you can do something like a self-love bath, right? Where you add some rose petals to the bath, you set your intentions to the water, you add a couple herbs in there that represent love. You have your rose quartz, you have your malachite, you have your pink amethyst, you have crystals that are known to really open and activate the heart chakra around the bath, and you set the intention of that, right? And you allow yourself to just soak in that energy of beauty, right? I talk more about these rituals and stuff on RGC, my membership platform that the girls are loving right now. Join RGC, by the way, for classes, courses, all that, all the rituals, all the tea. And we're also going to start doing in-person events that are just exclusive for the members too. So join RGC, by the way. But yes, catnip. I love me some catnip. I love me some catnip. Catnip is so powerful. Like, like, have y'all ever seen a cat when it sees catnip or when it smells catnip? That cat literally goes crazy. That cat literally goes crazy. They're looking how can they get the catnip? How can they find it? They're going insane. Imagine when you set the intention of your bath using the energy of catnip, damiana, honey, milk. Okay, all of these beautiful things that you can add and to do a ritual with and to do a love bath with so that you are really soaking in on that energy. On Fridays, I also like to maybe get a massage. Maybe I like to massage my own body. Maybe I like to, do something to really just nourish myself on that day. Because just like that song by Chloe Bailey, I'm going to put this link here too. Just like that song by Chloe Bailey, what is it? Treat me. I think it's treat me how you treat me. I forgot. Like, basically, when you are treating yourself a certain way, you're setting the standard for how other people are going to treat you, right? So when you treat yourself well, you treat yourself like a queen, you treat yourself like a goddess, it's going to be in your field and you're filling yourself up and cultivating that energy, which is basically saying, I'm worth it. I am enough. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I'm deserving. And I'm not going to accept anything less than what you're giving to me, right? Like than what I'm giving to myself. Somebody said, treat me like I treat me. Yes, treat me like I treat me. Yes, actual catnip, like actually getting the herb catnip and setting your intention using the actual herb of catnip. So literally taking that herb, getting a pot of water, sprinkling some of the catnip in the bath or in the pot, letting it get hot, setting your intentions and adding the different things to it to really like amplify your intention. And I like to take that water, put it underneath of the full moon, which is great that there's about to be a full moon coming up soon, and I'm pretty sure it's on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Is it on Friday? Is the full moon on Friday? Somebody let me know. But putting it outside, right? Putting it outside under the full moon night with the lid on top of it, and then letting that sit and letting that soak for a little bit, maybe like an hour, and then taking that water and bathing with it. And you can either strain it so you don't have a bunch of herbs in your tub, or you can literally just throw the water in there and then letting that soak, letting that sink. But yeah, okay, so there is a full moon on Friday. Girl, y'all, we need to do a full moon. Yo, like comment down below right now or comment in the chat if you want to do like a full moon ritual together. Like if y'all want to link up, we could do like a virtual full moon goddess activation. Like we can do that all on that day. Let me know if y'all are interested in that. We can like do something. Yes, period. Because when you setting intentions with numbers of like groups of people, it's so powerful. Like you can do so much inner work by yourself and you can work by yourself in X, Y, and Z. But when you can work with women and get around groups of people or do it in a partnership and do it in a romantic relationship and set intentions and manifest in groups, it's different. Like it's different. Like, for example, for the retreat that I had last month, when all the girls were with each other and around each other, you could literally feel the energy in the room. Like it was palpable. And a lot of the actual facilitations and stuff like that, people were crying and moving and energy was moving and you could feel people dancing and all kinds of stuff. It's palpable because it's not just you that is present. It's also all the ancestors that came before you that are present in the room as well. You are your ancestors. So the energy of that is just different. Like it was crazy. I don't know if anybody from the retreat is in here, but y'all, that thing was crazy. It was powerful. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, we could do an eclipse. Yeah, we can do a full moon eclipse. Venus and not Venus and Scorpio. Well, technically, it's the energy of Venusian Scorpio energy too, because the full moon is in Scorpio. So Scorpio, I love a Scorpio full moon. I'm not even gonna lie. I love Scorpio moon so much. Like I know every time when the moon is in Scorpio because I always feel so sexy. Like I always feel so sexy and so good and so good. Like, am I the only one? Like, am I the only one? Like, do y'all be feeling when the moon is in Scorpio? Because I do. I'll be loving when the moon is in Scorpio. I'll be like, I can't wait to like, I cannot imagine my natal moons in Scorpios. Like, do y'all just feel that sexy all the time? Because I'm literally the opposite. I have a moon in Taurus, so I'm very sensual. You know, I like to touch my skin. Maybe that's why I like moon in Scorpio so much. But it's something about it. It's that Lady J said, yes, it's something about that Scorpio energy for real. Girl, it's Pluto. Yo, it's freaking Pluto. Pluto is what that Scorpio energy is about. Literally, there's a whole master class on scorpionic energy, plutonic energy, and dark feminine energy, and how it's the most potent feminine energy out there because it's so deeply connected to the creative force. Like it's just magnetic, it's pure magnetism, and you can just feel it. Like when somebody's tapped into their sexuality for real, they walk in the room and it's just like all eyes on them. It's something about them that just stands out. They could be quiet as a bird, they could be wearing something so regular, but their energy is going to just speak for themselves. Jenna said, I'm Scorpio Venus. Yes. Grisa said, I'm a Scorpio Moon and Mars. And Lilith. She said, very sensual, but also a lot of shadow work. I could see that too. The negative side of Scorpio is going to be, there could be a lot of purging that you got to do in this lifetime to have lots of Scorpio placements. Yo, that man is really going in on the floors downstairs. I thought they would have been done by now. I'm so sorry if y'all can hear that. Somebody said, what masterclass is this? This is the Pluto. Are you a member of RGC, of Rich Goddess Club? Let me link it real quick. This is the masterclass. I'm about to link it right now. It's really dope. Like my some of the people that I talk to and like people on Instagram, they're telling me this, they watch this class literally like 6 times now, and it's literally like 2 hours. Like people are saying it's that potent. So definitely check it out. That's the link to it. Definitely check out the Pluto Masterclass. I'm probably going to put this live chat also in RGC as well after this. So yes, I hope I said your name right. Shelby, I joined today. Welcome to RGC, boo. Yes. I'm so excited. We're going to have so much fun this year, like literally in RGC. I can't wait to meet y'all. Like I'm most excited about doing the in-person meetups. I want to do an in-person meetup at least once a quarter. And then, you know, obviously I'm giving you all the content. I'm giving you all like ways to get like business success. I'm bringing on people who can also support like people who are doing crazy things in the world, like bringing my connections together on that platform. We're going to be going live on that platform. We're going to have special things coming out, giveaways and connections and all kinds of things. I want you guys to really connect. So yes, join RGC. It's going to be amazing. Girl, we gonna come everywhere. RDC is gonna go everywhere. Like, I feel like what we're gonna do at first is I'm gonna do like, okay, we're gonna pick a place for the East Coast, pick a place for the South, pick a place for the West, maybe pick a place in the Midwest. That's why I asked y'all today in there. I was like, where are you guys located? I saw one girl, she said she's from Abu Dhabi. I was like, okay. Uh-oh, we going to Abu Dhabi. Then we gotta hit up Dubai too. We're gonna do an RDC meetup in Dubai because y'all gonna get money. Because I'm gonna start dropping even more courses on there on how to make money, meditations on how to manifest the energy of money. So you're gonna get the practical and the spiritual. And then we're gonna make some money so we can have meetups in Dubai. Because I want to be with the girls in Dubai, getting facials, living our best lives. Okay. Yes. She said Chicago needs you. I gotta go to Chicago. What's popping in Chicago? If I come to Chicago right now, y'all gonna show me a good time? If I say, Meridan, I'm coming to Chicago, what are you going to do? Are you going to invite me somewhere, girl? Kat said, yo, if y'all are going to Dubai, count me in. Yes, we going to Dubai. Stop playing. Stop playing. I actually been hearing a lot about Dubai recently. Like people have been telling me to come out there. A couple men have been like, I'll get you a date out there. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not gonna fly that far unless they come to me first and I meet them in person somewhere. And definitely I don't want any funny business. I want to meet you in person. Okay. Let me meet you in person somewhere in the middle. Let's meet in Europe first. Somebody said Dallas. Yes, I used to live in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and it's so luxurious. We'll have such a good time. I'm joining RDC this month. Yes. Oh my God. I feel like when I think of Dubai, I literally just think of like just this magic place with. I'm on live. Yeah. You okay? Yeah. Okay. That was my mommy. But I just think of this like magical place with to just like luxury and tall buildings and amazing restaurants and fancy shit. It's giving. I desire to experience a luxury hotel in Dubai. Somebody said, "Is it really always hot there, girl?" I have no idea. Is it hot in Dubai? Is it hot in Dubai? I do not know. Come to Dallas. I actually really love Dallas. I visited Dallas for the first time in, what was it? Oh no, it was literally January. Like it was January 1st. I spent New Year's in Dallas and I actually really liked it. Yeah, like somebody like invited me out there and stuff like that. And we went on like a little mini vacay. And then literally I was like, okay, Dallas is cool. Like I like Dallas. I like it. I like it out here. Yeah. Sedona. What eyeshadow do I use on my upper eyelids? Honestly, this is not even eyeshadow. I am famous for not using like the actual things for the actual places of the makeup that it should be. Like I use for my eyelids, I be using my bronzer. For my eyeshadow, I use Fenty by Rihanna, her golden, what is the trophy wife? I put that here. I don't even have highlight on like that. I put it right here. I just be like, I don't know. I never get the actual palette. But yeah, y'all. You guys already know. But one other thing. So, just for the sake of the energy of this live, when you went earlier, like in the beginning, I don't know if all y'all were here, but we did write down, or I asked you guys to write down a list of all the things that you really want, right? All the things that you really want, all the things that you are really just like, "Ah, yes, yes." Okay. So now let's take it a step deeper. So now that we have all the things that we really want, and right now, just keep on thinking about that if you didn't complete it. So just have a list and write down all the things that you're just really desiring currently in this moment. I want you to take a look at that list and I want you to rate these things on a scale of 1 to 10. I want 1 to be I want it, but it's not necessarily like right now. Like it's not like a necessary thing right now in this moment. And then 10 being, this is a burning desire. I need it. Like, oh my God, it would feel so great to have this thing in my life. So write on a scale of 1 to 10 where you stand and like honestly ask yourself, like, obviously you want all these things, but which ones are like 10s for you, 12s for you, where you're like, okay, I absolutely need these things in my life. So I'll give you guys a second to do that real quick. Aw, she said you're glorious. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sir Excalibur. Well, sir, my bad, sir. My bad. Thank you so much. Somebody said, can we manifest during eclipse season? I 100% believe so. I 100% believe so. I believe that you can manifest at any time. Just the way that you approach it could be a little bit different. By an eclipse that we're about to have, so like I believe, yeah, lunar, in Scorpio, it's going to be about releasing all the things that are stopping the thing from coming in. And then when we get to the new moon, it's about setting the intention for new things that we want to call in. So new fresh energy. But either way, if you're purging things that are blocking you, like you're releasing all your blockages, you're clearing out the trash, you're going to manifest because you're doing the inner work. And when you're setting new manifestations on the new moon, it's almost like you're planting a new seed. It's almost like celebrating the thing and getting excited about the thing and really being like saying your affirmations and doing stuff like that. So I see the new moon as the celebration and the full moon as like the inner work around it and releasing it. But that's what I personally believe, right? It's all up to you. So did you guys write down 1 to 10 yet? Comment right now if you guys already finished that real quick. Mm, 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 mm. She said, I love your affirmation videos. Your voice is so magical. Thanks. Thank you so much. Okay, so Grishella said yes. Hopefully I pronounced your name right. Did y'all rate your desires yet from 1 to 10? Did anybody else? All right, Cherise said finish. And just be honest, like be 100% honest. Tracism said, do you still work with Motivite? Are you into astrocartography? Love astrocartography. Look at it all the time. I don't work with Motivite as much anymore, but I still always keep it somewhere nearby. How specific do you need to be? As specific as you possibly can. Graciela. Okay. Graciela. I'm going to wait for a couple more of you guys to say yes from rating your like rating your desires from 1 to 10. 1 being, I could wait, I don't need it right now. 10 being, yes, I need this thing right now. Oh my God, yes, 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 yes. All right. Okay, bet. All right. So I want you guys to really look at the ones that are highs for you. So all the 10s, all the big 10s in your life, where you're like, I want these things, right? And they're absolute, maybe even look at the 8 to 10 range and specifically the 10s the most, right? I want you to pay attention to those 10s. And I want you to ask yourself the question, I want insert desire because I want to feel blank. So the reason why I have you guys do this is, for example, a lot of us want money and we say that we want money. So we might say, I want $1 million, but we don't just want $1 million. We want $1 million because it's going to make us feel some type of way. It's going to make us feel secure. It's going to make us feel free. It's going to make us feel excited. It's going to make us feel powerful. So I want you guys to pay attention to a couple of your desires right now. And I want you to think about what is the true desire underneath this thing? So I heard somebody said soulmate is a 10 out of 10. So I want a soulmate because I want to feel blank. I want you to focus on that. I want you to focus on that and think about that in this moment right now. I want a soulmate because I want to feel blank. I want money because I want to feel blank. I want friends because I want to feel blank. I want the promotion because I want to feel blank. I want my YouTube channel to blast off because I want to feel blank. Everything that we desire is driven by our emotions. So when we discover what emotions we actually want to feel and experience, it's going to become 10 times more easy to actually manifest the thing in our life. If we don't know what we actually want, what we actually are craving, we're always going to be chasing thing after thing after thing. But once we figure out exactly what is the underlying thing, now it becomes a simple exercise of how can I experience the feeling in my life right now? So comment down below, yes, if you guys just did that and you did that for some of your desires right now. You figured out what is the deep underlying meaning. A lot of people want attention, but that attention is not truly coming from a place of wanting attention. That attention is truly coming from a place of wanting to be loved, wanting to be seen, wanting to feel important, wanting to feel enough, wanting to feel like they are worthy, wanting to feel like a goddess, right? So What is it? What is the real feeling that you're looking for? Somebody comment down below the feeling that they're looking for. If it's love, comment down love. Let me put mine. Freedom. Mine is freedom. Deborah said adored. Intimacy. Yes. Creativity. Feeling connected to my higher self. Belonging, secure in myself. Freedom and security. Love, peace, security. What else? What else? Oh, I'm just seeing a message too. Alchemy with Ella. Hey, I was so excited to see you on Zoom when I applied for the Mind Retreat. Hopefully, I can come to the next one. Hopefully, I can facilitate something for the goddesses. My email, sure. Send an email. Send us an email here. Yes, prosperity, completion, passionate, no fear, freedom, calm, relief, enough, limitless, support, supported. Like, I love that one. Feeling supported, feeling like God has my back, or like the universe has my back, or like somebody has my back, like friends have my back, like my man has my back, feeling that support. I love that. Happy, prosperous, feeling secure and safe. That root chakra. Okay, that's that root chakra. Okay, you gotta tap into that root chakra energy. Safety. A lot of you guys got to expand your root chakra for sure. So, for example, I want financial freedom because I want to be able to do whatever I want. You know, I want this thing so I can feel this specific kind of way. So now that we have an understanding of the actual motivation for our desires, the actual thing that we want, just like I said before, I want you guys to think about, how can I feel this way right now in my life? So for me, mine is freedom. What can I do right now to make me experience the feeling and emotion of freedom? What's coming to my mind is I could dance. I can I can get up and shake my butt. Woo! Okay? I can get up and shake my butt, and I can feel the energy of freedom, the energy of a breakthrough, the energy of just that freedom. I can do what I want. I can do whatever. For me, it's dance. What can you guys do right now to fill yourself up with the feeling of what you are actually seeking? Because here's the thing. When we want something, we are in the energetic vibration of I do not have. I currently do not have this thing. And if we manifest from that perspective, we have no choice but to continue manifesting more. I want, I want, I want, I want, I want, I want. Just like if y'all seen any of my videos, you'll see how I always say, we're not talking about wanting, we're talking about being. Because when we step into the energy of being, we step into the energy of receiving. Okay. We step into the energy of fully being present in the moment so that the thing can actually show up in our life, because why wouldn't it? That's what your frequency is saying. So if you have a desire to feel adored, right? Because I saw somebody put adored. How can you adore yourself right now? Maybe you look in the mirror and you just say loving things to yourself. Maybe you look in the mirror and you love your body and you just adore yourself. Maybe you put on jewelry and adorn, like adorning yourself and wearing beautiful things. Maybe you just cherish yourself by doing something sweet for yourself every day, right? If it's a feeling of peace, maybe you can meditate more. Maybe you can take walks outside. Maybe you can just take deep breaths and do some breath work. Whatever the case is, how can you access that emotion right now? Somebody said affirmations and music, self talk, and play my favorite songs. Yes. How can you feel the energy of love right now? Doing things that you love to do. Doing things that you love to do. Doing things that fills your heart up. Doing things that make you feel so freaking amazing. Yes, Kat says singing. Yes, just singing your heart away. Like, yeah. I'm actually filling out a lottery script as I watch this. Ashe, I hope you win. Somebody said, Ryan said, I really love this. You're really making sense. Yes, because when you step into the energy of being, you step into the energy of it's already here. If you're constantly stuck in, I want this thing, and you're complaining about something that you don't have, the universe and the subconscious mind takes things so literal. Like, imagine the subconscious literally takes things as exactly what you're saying, it takes it as directions, right? So if you're telling your subconscious, which is basically repeating something over and over again, oh, I want this thing so much. Oh my God, I want this thing. Oh my God, I want it so bad. Oh, it would be so great to have this thing. Oh my God, I want it. The subconscious is literally just saying over and over again, oh, she doesn't have this thing. She doesn't have this thing right now. She doesn't have this thing. She doesn't really want it right now. Obviously, when she feels it, she'll have it then. But right now, she doesn't really want it. Okay, so I want you guys to practice embodying the energy of the thing that you want and really embodying the feeling every single day. At least do it right now in this moment. Like, if it's singing, sing a song right now. If it's drawing something, draw. If it's yelling, yell. If it's taking a trip, maybe you got to take a trip. Whatever the case is, do something to get yourself in alignment of the energy. Can you talk about becoming more alluring and exuding Lilith energy? So yeah, allure comes from the frequency of being in tune with your own sexuality. And Lilith, ooh, that just sent a chill down my thigh. Lilith, very much so, is this energy that is purely, it's untamed sexuality. It is sexuality that cannot be controlled. She's fiercely in her power when it comes to her sexuality, and she's not afraid to dominate even sexually. Like, Lilith is very much so going against the grain of what is supposed to be accepted in women, and she kind of just allows herself to just be. She's a little bit taboo, and because she embraces her own taboos, people feel that in her field. So the more that you could become alluring just simply by having your own connection to your sexuality outside of other people. So really loving your sexuality, nourishing your sexuality, getting in tune with your sexuality, embracing your sexuality behind closed doors within yourself, like having a pleasure practice, a self pleasure practice, a spiritual pleasure practice, you know, understanding the secrets of your sexuality. Like, your sexuality, your womb literally creates life, right? And when you think about the energy of that, there's some powerful stuff at play there. Just like when somebody's super fertile, she's actually, like, scientifically proven, like, studies show when a woman is fertile, she's more attractive. Like, so not fertile, but when she's ovulating, so she's more attractive because they can feel that sexual energy on you. So a lot of women have a, messed up, traumatized relationship with their own sexuality. Maybe you don't feel 100% good in your skin. Maybe you think something's wrong with your body. Maybe you only you only orgasm through your clitoris, but not your internal, maybe you don't actually, masturbate on the inside of your body. Maybe you don't really feel good about who you are as a person. All of that. Maybe you also have a history of being in relationships that are incredibly toxic, right? And then you're taking on a toxic person's energy every time you have sex. Maybe you're having sex when you're not fully turned on because you want to do it out of obligation because you feel like you should instead of really like feeling like I really want to. Maybe you had sex before it was too early. Maybe you went through sexual trauma. There's so many things that affect our sexuality. Maybe you grew up in a religious household that told you that sexuality was bad. Maybe you were in a place and position where you were told that if you dress too much that you are going to attract bad attention and that the world wasn't safe. Maybe you were a child of like rape. Like literally my mom, that my mom was a product of that. That trauma passes down from womb to womb. And it's something that you don't understand how much it affects who you are as a person and the way that you view yourself and the way that you have a relationship with your sexuality. So, all of these things, this is something where you want to tap into that energy within yourself. For me, and how I teach it and how I do it, I tell everybody, I tell everybody, get a yoni egg. So get a yoni egg, a crystal egg that you put into your womb. Yes, you put it in your vagina. And maybe I should talk about this on the Scorpio full moon too. That would be a good thing, a good topic, sexuality. But yeah, doing yoni work. So even womb massages, just like your body, your body's made of muscle. And there's a lot of tension that can exist in our bodies, right? Like maybe you have a lot of stress and you always have your shoulders and stuff like that. Massaging your body, just like the inside of your vagina, right? Massage the inside of your vagina, like not just like, okay, I need an orgasm, but really just literally taking the time out to massage the inside of your vagina with your fingers or with something else. You know what I mean? Okay, we're not trying to get demonetized. But I'll probably talk about that in the RGC. Like we'll go live or something and we can have a more intimate thing. But literally having that moment to just connect with yourself on that deep of a level behind just within yourself, not for anyone else, not having to perform, not having to look a certain way or sound a certain way, just being with yourself for a second and massaging yourself, releasing tension. A lot of the times when I work with clients and stuff and I tell them to do that exercise, oftentimes they report back to me, and I've also experienced this within myself. You'll find places in your womb that literally will just be painful, or maybe you'll have some type of emotional release because a lot of our emotions are also in our womb space. Like a lot of our emotions, like a lot of our suppressed emotions are actually being in our womb. So when we don't take time to really connect with the womb and to heal the womb, we're not in alignment with what we truly want. And we low key like pretend like we're okay with things when we're really not. We might have this deep sense of dissatisfaction, but we accept that as that's just what life is supposed to be, but that's not. Okay? So when you connect with your sexuality truly and you heal your womb and you're in tune with her, you speak with her, like literally having conversation with your womb. I know it sounds silly, but taking a piece of paper out and literally writing down from like putting your hands on your womb and writing from your womb's perspective, what do you need today? What are you craving? What are you desiring? Right? What do you want? Right? What are you feeling? How can I help you? How can I serve you? What do you need to say to me? Writing a love letter to your womb, honoring her. You want to do things like that so that you can build a connection with her, because everything is vibrational, right? Everything is frequency. You have an auric field that everyone can pick up on. Just like when we go into a room, we can sense when something's off. When you're talking to a person, you can sense when maybe something's not 100% right with them. Even if you don't even see them, you can just feel it with certain people, right? That's because we're all connected to each other on an energetic level. So when somebody comes into the field of somebody who is deeply in tune with their sexuality, you're empowered in your sexuality. And it's not even about like, okay, how you're dressing and stuff. This is just literally your energy, right? You just feel good about yourself. You feel good sexually. You feel good in your body. People will pick up on that. People will pick up on that. And there will be a lot of people who will be intimidated by that energy. And you'll, because it's like very powerful. Like still to this day, when I'm around people, sometimes they get a little nervous, or like they'll be like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "What's going on?" Literally, like I'm telling you guys, when you connect with your sexuality, it's crazy. Literally, we were at the acai bowl place the other day. If you know me, I love acai bowls. And this guy, we were talking to this random guy in there, like me and my group of friends and my manager. And we were sitting there talking, and we asked him a question about something because I was trying to prove a point. And then he was like, yeah, he was going on and on and on. And then like my manager gave him access to my channel. Like he was like, check her out on YouTube. And then he left. And he came all the way back and he was just like, yo, like your energy, like that video was amazing. And he came all the way back. Like he drove off and came back. I was like, dang, people are just drawn to you. Like this happens to me all the time. People will just be drawn to you. And my friends will even say, oh, that's just the Jalen effect. Like that's just the Jalen effect. But really, it's not the Jalen effect. It's Jalen's inner work. It's Jalen's ability to tap into her energy. It's truly, honestly feeling good about yourself. It's truly, honestly having a sacred relationship with your sexuality that exists outside of other people. This is something just simply for you. So when you take the time to nourish and love on your body, when you take the time to masturbate, when you take the time to do womb massages and yoni steams are amazing. A yoni egg practice is amazing. You will literally be able to change your life because people will pick it up in your field. Like they will feel your auric field. You can't hide from your energy. Like your energy is going to tell people everything that they need to know. So put certain things in your energy and people are going to naturally pick up on it. And that's how I would say to increase your allure. Also, not always feeling the need. I still have to really think about how to teach this, but because it's hard to explain, but not always feeling the need to always even fill up a conversation. Like when I'm talking to someone, I really get into my listening mode. I really get into my listening mode and into my receiving mode. And like I said, this receiving mode is something that's just embodied. Like to be a receiver is to be a magnetic person. So I receive a lot of people's energy. When somebody's talking to me, I really challenge myself to receive what they are saying. I give them my full undivided attention in a world where most people are constantly distracted. So if you are able to come to somebody with that level of presence, like you're truly listening to what they have to say, people will pick up on that as well. So a lot of the times I'm talking to men or I'm having conversations with people and people will just be like, I just feel so seen. I just feel so seen. I just feel so appreciated. I just feel so good. I just feel so good in your presence because I'm a present person. And I'm not talking the whole time. I'm not saying everything that's on my mind the whole time. I'm just listening to what they're telling me. I'm asking the right questions to get them to reveal themselves to me. And I'm fully experiencing them. And I'm not judging them because there's certain things that I got going on with myself. So why am I going to judge another person? There's certain things that I had to go through in my life and that I overcame in my life and that I have my own demons too that I've dealt with. So why am I going to judge another person? I have no judgment for people. Like you could tell me some crazy shit and I'm not going to judge you because I'm not going to be that person. And when people feel that in you, just like in the Pluto Masterclass, I talk about this. When you are able to dive deeply into yourself and to see the shadows within yourself and to accept yourself at that level and at that place, people, you are allowed to give that space to other people to also do the same. And when you have that energy, people feel so safe with you. They feel like they can just bear it all to you. They feel like they can be naked to you. And one of my friends was telling me, like, no, like, honestly, when I talk to you, I feel like this sounds weird, but honestly, when I talk to you, I feel like we have sex because I'm able to be so bare with you and so real and so vulnerable. And that's what we're all secretly craving. And that's what everyone is secretly craving, the ability to truly be themselves. So when you can create that space for a person, oh my God, it's so alluring. It's so magnetic because they can pick up on that. So go there within you. Go there within you. Accept your shadow side. Accept your dark side. Accept your shortcomings. Accept those things, a part of you that you're not so proud of. Accept that jealousy. Accept that guilt. Accept that shame. Accept that trauma. See it, accept it, release it, and then go there with yourself. Be able to be vulnerable with you. Then you're going to be able to create that space with others. And then you'll have these situations where people, they'll spend they'll spend hours just talking and like revealing themselves to you and being so honest and allowing themselves to just fully open their heart. And then you realize at the end of, and then they realize like, wait, hold on. I, I didn't even like, wait, what about you? Like people be like, how do you become mysterious? You become mysterious by being a really good listener. Like I spend probably especially conversations with men, I spend like 30-40% of the time talking, and the rest I let them talk and I let them unravel themselves, and I create that sacred space. And a lot of the times people be like, well, isn't that bad? Like, don't you feel like you're not being heard? No. Like when you're actually able to meet other people and to give that space to other people, I don't know, like it's a different level of fulfillment. It's a different level of fulfillment in a sense of like, oh, this is what it feels like. It's your feminine energy. Like it's literally, I don't know, it's like getting penetrated. It's just like getting penetrated. It feels natural. So you have to be a safe person. You have to feel good. And people can feel intimidated by you. Like some people will feel triggered by you. I'm not going to lie and sit here and pretend like everything's all shits and giggles. Sometimes I'll walk in the room or sometimes I'll be with people and you can feel, when somebody doesn't like you. When somebody doesn't like you, but it's not like they don't like you. They don't like the fact that they're not where you are. And instead of me feeling some type of way about them and being like, oh, what's wrong with them, their energy, I just say, I get it. I get it. Guys, I'm not going to sit here and act like I've never felt jealous or I've never felt like I wasn't good enough in my life. So I completely understand. But I don't let it affect me. A lot of people spend a lot of times focusing so much on who doesn't like them and who got a problem with them and X, Y, and Z. I don't. I really don't. If you ask the people in my life, I don't really entertain that much drama. Like, I'll just be like, okay. And because as soon as I feel myself getting into that gossipy energy and getting into that, oh, did you hear what they say? And did you, da, da, da. As soon as I feel like I'm getting there, I'm like, ugh, this is disgusting. Like, I'm not perfect. I do feel it sometimes where I'm like, oh my God, did you hear this? And then I'm just like, this is blocking my blessings. Like, I just feel like this is lowering my vibration. I don't want to focus on this anymore. Like, I want to talk about something else. Like, can we talk about something else? Like, I'm tired of this because your subconscious is so literal. So when you talk shit about other people, literally your subconscious does not know the difference between what you're saying for another person and what you're saying to yourself. So if you say things like, oh yeah, she's so ugly, or she's so this, she's so that, your brain literally is taking that as you saying that to yourself. Literally, like subconsciously, that is what's going on. So I don't entertain negativity too often. If you ask most of the people in my life, I'm talking positive. I'm fun. I'm funny. I'm a goofball. I'm so silly. I like to laugh. I like to dance. I like to move. I like to be goofy. I like to travel. I like to talk about uplifting things. And sometimes I might like to argue and debate, but out of love, nothing crazy. you know? This is definitely a gift when you're a coach. They open up so much and we're able to dive deep into their work. Yep. That is a gift that a lot of coaches have for sure. Like the ability to be able to receive others and to receive other people. You got to be able to receive. If you want to be a good coach, you got to be able to really hear what people are saying. Like, I have mastered the art of listening between the lines. Like, listening between the lines, like listening what a person is really saying. Like, what a person is really saying, what's really going on beneath the surface. You got to be able to hear that in a person and what they're saying. That's going to make you the best coach. That's going to make you the best teacher. And like I just mentioned that in the video I posted in RGC, I was literally saying that sometimes you can't be afraid to trigger people too. Like, a lot of people be like, oh my God, I have to be small and I'm going to hide my light. And, I'm going to I want to fit in with everybody else. Sometimes you have to accept that you being you might trigger some people. And that's okay, because when you trigger people, you're doing them a service. You're doing them a solid. You're showcasing and being the mirror to them that they're feeling certain things within themselves. And they have the opportunity now to grow because now they have awareness. That's what an opposition is, things that are reflected to us from the outside world. But it's all reflections of what we got going on inside. So sometimes you got to be that person for other people. And I do that because I'm like, if I get them where it hurts and I really say the things that are in there, the things that they're afraid to go to, sometimes you got to be that boom, that push to get them to keep on going. And, that's just how I feel. I'm not afraid to go there sometimes, right? Yeah, someone's got to be the catalyst out here. Yes, you got to be that little spark. You got to be that little push. You got to be that little thing that gets people going, that gets people moving, like that little boom. Maybe it's the fire in me. Maybe it's the Leonic energy. Yes. Somebody said, oh, if you've been called to heal, you've been called to trigger. Pearl Noir. Yes. If you've been called to heal, you've been called to trigger. Hell freaking yes. Because it is nothing like reflecting something back to a person that they may or may not want to actually acknowledge. Like, when you're that person that's like, it's like you reflect the things that people are afraid to see. And some people don't want to see the things. They rather keep it hidden. But that's the work, right? If you do that kind of work within yourself, when people get around you, they're going to be like, oh my God, like, I just feel so good in your presence. And then don't get me wrong. Let's say you got your look together. Like, you look cute, you feeling yourself. You found your own sense of style, whether you're artsy creative and you like to wear super baggy clothes, or you're super elegant and like to wear pink dresses, or you're super tomboy and you have your own style. Whatever looks good on you and it's your own expression of your Venusian energy, right? Your artistic style. And then you mix that with your energy. Oh my God. Like, talk about attraction. Talk about attraction. Like, literally, you gonna get anybody you want. Create the sacred space. How to avoid getting discouraged about how long a manifestation is taken to show up in reality. Getting back into the present moment and really realizing that at the end of the day, stop trying to be the controlling force. At some point, you got to let go. And you got to let go and you have to release control. And that's when I think the divine feminine work comes in. But people don't like when I say this, but also the divine masculine work. The concept of, like, one of the aspects of God, in my opinion, is the divine masculine. It's the ability to completely surrender. It's like being able, as a divine feminine, to surrender to the process of life and to know that there is something outside of you that is also going to be assisting you in that process. So when you fully are surrendered, notice how some of the most feminine women are very much so into faith. Like, they have a lot of faith. They have a lot of belief. They have a lot of faith, and they can fully let go. You only get discouraged when you feel like you're not being supported, and that being out there is not actually supporting you. So you need to get into the energy of surrender. I release control. I let go of control and I trust and have faith completely that the thing is going to show up. And I know that whether you call it God or being or the divine masculine is out here to bring me the thing that I want. So I'm going to sit back, relax. I'm going to position myself for success. I'm going to keep on focusing on the logical, practical things that can get me there. But at the same time, I'm going to release control and allow God, the universe, to do their work. So it's about surrender. The feminine energy is truly about surrender. People call it submission, submission, surrender, letting go, letting go and having faith. However, at the point when they would find out I was a sweetheart, they would lose interest. Now I'm working on my goddess energy to maintain that interest. You got to be a sweetheart with bad bitch boundaries. You got to be a sweetheart with bad bitch boundaries. So if you're like a yes woman and you say yes to absolutely everything, you have no sense of boundaries, you just kind of go with the flow with everything. Even when you're uncomfortable, you say yes to people when you really don't feel like doing something, you're going to lose respect. But when you're a sweetheart with bad bitch boundaries, people are going to be more likely to always give to you. Like for me, it looks different for other people. Some people, it's having a certain standard for themselves when it comes to sex. For me, it was like sometimes when I was growing up, I used to think that you had to sleep with guys in order to like whatever. Like I would just, okay, let's be real. So I would think that you got to sleep with guys before you even get in a relationship, X, Y, and Z. And then I got to a place where I was like, well, fuck that. I'm not sharing my body with anyone unless they are going through and jumping through hoops to get it. You know what I mean? And also offering me some form of commitment, offering me some form of showcasing that they love me, showcasing that they're interested in me. And I don't care how much they give to me. I don't care how much they do for me. I don't care whatever. I'm not going to sleep with them until I feel like I want to, and until I feel like there's commitment or there's love there. Period. And I noticed before I would say that, and then I wouldn't stick to my word. And the it start getting hot and heavy, and then some things happen. But then the moment that I actually said, you know what? No, I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm not gonna sleep with this person. Like, and it's not something I had to tell them. It's like, no, this is how I feel right now. I noticed the men started doing way, 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 way more. And that's just one aspect. So it's about being sweet and being nice, but knowing your bad bitch boundaries, knowing what your limits are, knowing what you're going to accept in your life, what you're not, and being able to firmly but gently express those boundaries. And when you have a boundary, you don't have to constantly say it to people. It's like, my boundary is only a certain kind of person, or only a certain kind of man is going to be able to take me on a date. Only a certain kind of man is going to be able to be in my presence. Only a certain kind of man is going to have access to my body. Only a certain kind of man is going to be my husband, right? And I have that clearly written out and clearly understood and clearly embodied in my field, right? So then when men try to push the boundaries and push my limits, no. Sorry, I don't care about how emotional I'm feeling right now or whatever the case is. I know my boundaries and I know my worth. So a lot of people, they have sex with people and they get all like, they lose track of what their boundaries are for whatever reason. Maybe you start catching a bunch of emotions, you have sex with them and the emotions just intensify, right? Because if we're being honest, if we're being real, subconsciously speaking, when you start having sex with somebody, you start associating that person on a subconscious level as your partner. Your body doesn't know the difference. Your partner thinks that that person is your body thinks that that person is your partner. All right. So then all the oxytocin starts getting released. And now you start seeing that person with rose-colored glasses. And you're like, oh my God, I just love this person. Anything that they want, they can get. Right? and you lose track of what your actual boundaries are, what your actual standards are. So don't be you I don't want to sound like this, but be agreeable, but sometimes ruffle the feathers up. You don't have to agree with everything. You don't have to be down with everything they say. You don't have to do whatever. Like, have boundaries, be firm, but also be fluid and open and nice and sweet and all that good old stuff, but only if that person is matching your standards. But that's something that's inner work, right? Check out some of the courses in Rich Goddess Club for that type of stuff. Like, I pinned it, but like Psychic Secrets to Seduction, we talk about that. Goddess of Worth, we talk about that. You got to have this embodied in your spirit, in your being. Because it's like, I'm super nice, I'm super friendly, but at the same time, I'm not, I got boundaries. I'm not going to just be, I'm not going to accept any and everything. I expect a certain thing in my life, and I don't got to tell nobody that. It's just what, now that it's embodied, that's just what shows up in my field. And that's the only thing that I'll entertain. Like, I'm so subconsciously smart that as soon as I feel somebody's energy being off, and I might not even consciously know, as soon as I feel somebody's energy off, and this is subconscious, so I'm not aware of it. Maybe I'm like talking to them every day. I usually talk to them every day. I usually see them every day. Now, all of a sudden, I don't want to talk to them anymore. Now, all of a sudden, they just kind of fade out of my life. Now, all of a sudden, they're nowhere to be found because I feel like they're sending me some vibes. I don't got to know why they're not in my field anymore. They're just not, you know? But you see, when you're nice, you will say yes to too much stuff, and you're like giving from depletion. You can't do that. And no one is going to respect you at the end of the day. They're just going to keep on leeching and using and abusing you. I had this happen. I can't say that. Yeah, I can't say that. I don't know who's watching this. But yeah, there's been situations in my life where I had to learn how to like say no, and to say I'm not going to accept certain things in my life. I'm not going to accept certain people in my life. I'm not going to accept certain behaviors in my life. And I'm going to be real nice and real friendly and real all types of gushiness when it comes to people who are treating me right, but not at the expense of my own energy. I only give from my abundance. I only give from my overflow. Unless God particularly puts an experience in my heart that says, look, give your last piece of chicken wing to this person. Then I'm like, okay, I got to give this person my chicken wing. But if I'm not feeling that message in the back of my head, then I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to only give from my overflow. I'm not going to constantly give from depletion. Lede said, my favorite word is no. Exactly. No. And when I say no, I don't even say no and like, I don't even be like, no. Like, I don't be mean about it. I'm like, honestly, I'm not comfortable with that. Like, for example, if a guy or somebody was to hang out with me, oh, honestly, oh my God, thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much for like the invitation. Honestly, I don't feel comfortable with that. Is there any way that we could do this instead? Or I would love to go, but can I get my own room? Can you also do this? Oh, I would love to do so, but I'm just not available right now. Maybe later. Like, tell them, like, just be honest, be straight up, be real, just be real. Like, I thank you so much for inviting me. I feel so honored, but no, thank you so much. I'm so sorry that you're going through that situation. However, I don't have it right now. I'm sorry. I would love to support you in other ways. Maybe I can be there for moral support, but I can't do that financially right now. Just say what it is. Shelby said, I just realized I'm a Leo Venus. Same here, boo. Yes. Boundaries aren't something that you expect of others. It's something that you place within yourself and of how you will respond when they are crossed. You speak truth. Yes. The moment somebody crosses a boundary of mine, like, I act like a normal human. A lot of us are conditioned to just accept our boundaries being crossed. And like, the energy of that is just so icky to me. What are you gonna do if your boundaries are crossed? Like, what is your natural gut reaction? You're probably gonna be like, no thanks, like I don't want that in my life. You're probably gonna say, ugh, that makes me uncomfortable. You're probably gonna say, you're probably not going to spend your time around that person. You're probably not going to accept that person all the way up in their life, especially if you lovingly say how you feel and then that person doesn't care. Then you know what type of person you're dealing with, somebody that you don't want in your life previous, like moving forward. So you just have to act accordingly. Like, what is your natural feeling? A lot of people suppress how they naturally feel. It's like, what do you mean? What do you do? You know what to do. You just don't want to do it. you know? Oh man, she gonna get on me. Graciela, Graciela. I know you said it to me earlier. I feel so bad. I'm sorry. She said, "Thank you for this. You're channeling. My spirit is singing, so inspired." Girl, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm so glad I could help, but I be feeling like I'm channeling too. She's Zavi said, "Love your energy." My issue is I can't be soft and nice. I be mean too quick. I be too mean quick. Well, that's coming from a place of hurt. Deep down inside, you're still hurt. Deep down inside, you still have emotional things going on. Deep down inside, you don't feel safe. And when we don't feel safe, we're constantly on defense. I used to know a girl in my life who she went through a lot. She had a very rough childhood and, she had a toxic relationship and she was in an abusive situation. And she would just be so angry. She would be so quick to be sharp with people. And I'd be like, girl, like, relax. Like, he wasn't even trying to say nothing crazy. And she would just naturally go there with people all the time. And at some point, I told her, and you give a person advice and blah, blah, blah. But at some point, that person has to make their own decisions. So this girl, she ended up making the decision to heal. And then naturally, I saw a behavior shift and I saw a shift in her behavior. She finally accepted like she is safe and that she can relax and that she can trust men and that she can trust others, that she can trust herself to not get lost in bad connections with other people because she loves herself enough. So because she loves herself, she's not going to, even if somebody rude comes up, she's not going to entertain it. When you constantly allow yourself to get angry, you constantly allow yourself to turn up on other people, to get mean and sharp with other people, you're giving other people your energy. You're giving other people your energy. It takes so much energy to be angry and to be mad and to be jealous and to be rude. It takes so much of your energy, right? And people don't deserve that. Your emotions are like your money. So don't give all your money away. Don't be cheap. If somebody's going to get you riled up, it can't just be any regular person or any regular situation. Your energy is cheap. To truly be unbothered is to truly accept other people and to realize that even when another person is acting out in some kind of way, that is their own issues that they are trying to project on you. There's no need. There's no need to react. There's no need to overreact. There's no need to try to defend yourself unless you're in a situation where you really got to defend yourself. Then, like, okay, I got it. But for most situations, you realize it's not worth my energy. It's not worth my time. I don't care. Like, I have to do that all the time when people have their belief systems about whatever they believe in. And then they try to literally be like, oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. This is bad. This is evil. You cannot say that. I'm like, block, be gone, bitch. You're not here. Like, block, bye. If you don't like what I'm saying, then goodbye. Good night. I'll see you never. You're not gonna be on my channel anymore. Like, why are you here? Block. I block it out of my mind. Like, I don't have time. Or like when somebody tries to do that to me in person, I used to want to argue and defend myself so bad. Like, that's not true. The spirituality is like this and da 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 and all this stuff. And then I just got to a point where I was like, why am I defending myself? Like, why am I defending myself? If you have to defend yourself all the time, it's because you're not actually secure in where you are and what you believe in. And if you have to constantly point fingers at other people, if you have to constantly tell other people that this is right, and this is how it's supposed to be, you don't actually believe it to be true. If something that is true doesn't need to be defended, it is what it is. I don't got to be right. I don't have to prove to other people that I'm right. I feel like I'm right. So let me leave it at that. You're only defending yourself. You're only exerting energy if you feel like you have to defend something that may or may not be true within you. But when you stand on your belief, who cares? Who cares? Thank you, Rebecca. Yes. Thank you, Rebecca. But that's how I'll be like, block. Oh, dark feminine energies, blocked. Oh my God, magic, blocked. Oh my God, you're so blocked. Oh my God, blocked. I don't like the way that you blocked. You give me, oh, you one of those people? You give me a compliment and then you mix it with a, what do you, what are those people that they like mix compliments with, what is the opposite of a compliment? I'm blanking. It's like they mix compliments with negative things. Like they'll be like, "Oh, you're pretty for a black girl," or like, "Oh, you're this for this," and I'm just like blocked. Like, yeah, insults. That's the word. Like, if somebody gives me a backhanded compliment, I'm just like, okay, thank you so much. If it's in person, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Awesome. And I'll roll my. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, thank you so much. You're so great. You're so kind. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. You're such a kind person. Oh my God, you're such a kind person. Like, have you always been this way? Roll my eyes. Like, I hate that shit. Like, it's so fake. I fucking hate shit like that. I hate backhanded compliments. I hate that. Like it's so annoying. And then if I see it on the internet, blocked. You comment something like that on the internet, blocked. You can't say nothing anymore. It's my channel, my world. How about that? Y'all be going back, and I'm not perfect. Sometimes I do. Every once in a blue moon, maybe I do. But for the most part, I don't got time. Blocked. Blocked. Oh my God, men don't really like you. Men just sleep with you and leave you alone. You don't know my life. That's not true. Blocked. 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 Oh, just like these spam callers. I begin spam called 24/7. Blocked. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lede said, I say what I say. Make sure they read it, then block. Blocked. Mm-hmm. So they said, what goddess do you work with? You know, I don't work with any particular goddess. I just love Venusian energy. I'm a planetary girl. I'm a cosmic witch. So I just love planetary energies. I love the Venusian goddesses. Like I love Oshun. I love Aphrodite. There's a goddess that people have been telling me recently that she's on me and that she works with me and stuff like that. It is, I hope I say her name right, is Erazuli Freda. Erazuli Freda. She's a voodoo goddess, but I hope I said her name right. I'm so sorry. But she wears pink, and I definitely, people literally keep on telling me like, no, you really embody her energy. Like you really embody her energy. Like she really wants to work with you. So yeah, when I want to do that, I'll do that. And when I feel connected to, when I feel like, all right, like when she comes to me in a dream or something, I'll work with her. But for the most part, I just work with my Venusian energy naturally. Like my little rose course, I just connect with the base of the energy because all of these goddesses are different representations of different, like, collective feminine, divine feminine frequencies. Like you can find Lilith in different types of places and cultures. You can find the Venusian, the classic goddess of love and fertility in different cultures and places. You can find your classic mother energy. You can find your classic like destroyer of all energy, like chaotic goddess. So I like studying all of them and just embodying those particular characteristics when I feel called to. Just like today, Venus was calling my name. Like I was so in tune with Venus today. I was listening to Venus stuff. I was researching her. Did y'all know that Venus has phases? Did y'all know that Venus has phases? Like she waxes and wanes like the moon. And I was like, what? Like Venus literally has cycles and phases. And naturally, as women, we actually are in tune with her cycles and phases too. Like, I was so surprised by that. Like, I was like, that is crazy. I was like, what? I was researching that all day. And that if you're born before, like, if your Venus is positioned before the sun, that means you are a morning star Venus. And if your Venus is positioned after the sun, you are an evening star Venus. And I'm morning star Venus people have a tendency to lead with their emotions. They when it comes to relationships, they like jump into relationships, they fall deeply, they lead with their feelings, F logic. This is just how I feel. And then sometimes they get hurt, but they get over it pretty quickly and pretty fast, right? They kind of just like are constantly usually in love and feeling emotions and just they don't get hurt so much. They just let it slide off of them. And their goal this in this lifetime is really to learn how to love themselves and how to cultivate self-love. While the evening star Venus, Venus Lucifer, evening star Venus, she is more so like she doesn't allow her emotions to taint how she feels. Like her actions and her energy, like she holds her emotions in because she's a lot more sensitive. Her emotions run a lot deeper, right? She's not like morning star Venus where she's like, oh yeah, let's just jump into it. She's like, no, let's take our time. Let's slow down. Let's make sure everything's good. She's a little bit more hesitant to jump into it because if she does get hurt, it takes a long time to recover. Like it takes a long time to recover, right? So the Venus evening star, she's here to learn how to really love other people, how to be vulnerable, how to be seen, how to be selfless, and how to truly love another person because she's used to holding back. But then at the same time, she can be very seductive, right? Both of the type of Venus star, Venus morning star. So if you learn how your Venus, if you're a morning star Venus or a evening Venus, then you can kind of see what you need to focus on with your love life and how to win the game of your Venusian energy. I was researching a lot yesterday. Like I was literally talking to one of my friends at like 1 a.m. about this. I was like, oh my God, it's so cool. And I'm a morning star Venus. And girl, I could just fall in love, I could just, feel all my emotions and I lead with my emotions. I don't be thinking about nothing. And then I think after the fact, like, oh, is this who is should I is this logically does this make sense? Who is this person? Who are they really? I mean, La La Land. With my friend, she's evening star Venus, and she'll say no. She'll like, it's so hard for her to open up her heart. But then I had to learn throughout my years how to be that evening star Venus, how to really have boundaries, how to really take my time, how to use my logic as well with love instead of just always leading with emotions all the time. But how to take my time and how to let things unfold. And then she's learned how to really open up her heart and how to be present, how to just say F it, how to go with the flow, and how to fully love. So a lot of the times you probably want to embrace some of the opposite energy to bring balance to your natural Venusian energy. Especially if your relationships are just like crazy, or maybe you don't attract a lot of people at all. There's a strong likelihood that your Venusian energy needs to be embraced more, worked on, stuff like that. How do you find this out? I think there's a calculator, but at the same time, if you download the app Time Passages, like this is my birth chart, right? So this is, I'm pretty sure this is how it works. Hold on. So like, let me see. So, ooh, child, this is backwards. Ooh, Lord. Hold on a second. Okay, this. Uh, oh my God, I can't see. This. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is my Venus right here. I don't know if you can see. My Venus is at the first degree of Leo. So my Venus is at the first degree Leo, and it comes before my sun. My sun is at the 20th degree, 21st degree of Leo, right? So my Venus comes before my sun. So my Venus rises before my sun, right? So that means I'm a morning star Venus. But if you look at the sun and if Venus is after the sun, then that means you're evening star Venus. That Venus is the sun comes before your Venus, if that makes sense. Yeah, so you got to look at your natal chart. Time Passages is what I use to look at my natal chart all the time. Time Passages is that app. If you really want to get into astrology, get into some Time Passages. I'm new to working on my feminine energy. Any advice on what I should do first? I would say learn how to slow down. Just slow down, walk slower, work, like stop feeling like you have to rush things, go with the flow of life, accept things for what they are, and then take your time. Do activities that at first you think are dumb, like taking long baths, doing art, being creative, and focus really on doing things that fill you up and practicing activating your sexuality. Take a course if you need to. Read books on feminine energy. Get a feminine energy coach. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself, because when you invest in yourself, it comes back tenfold. You invest your time, you invest your resources, and you invest practice and embodiment work, you'll never lose. Yes, I love you too. April 20th is my birthday. I went to the beach and I just got grounded, and I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to be hearing this right now. Yes, girl. It's all alignment. Don't you love when we get all aligned? Don't you know? Don't you love it? If you guys are here listening to this right now, you're supposed to be here listening to this message. Like, your spirit will naturally lead you to places. And I could be saying, I'm just saying things, I just be saying things that just be coming to my mind, right? But some of those things are things that you need to hear. You wouldn't be experiencing it if you weren't meant to be here. And that's everything you see in your life. Everything that's happened, all the things you've been through, all the hurts, all the trauma, all the pain, all the pleasure, all the fun, all the joy, it's all meant to be experienced. So allow yourself to just accept it right here, right now. This is my present moment. I accept it and I choose to see the beauty in it, no matter what position or situation you're in currently in life. And when you have that moment, you realize that you're never alone. Somebody's watching over you. The universe is watching over you. Your ancestors are watching over you. And you will always be guided to exactly where you need to go. Like, you are taken care of, if that makes sense. Kat says Venus has a million names. Like, literally, the energy of Venus has a million names. Aww. Rest in peace to your mom. I'm glad I could help. Yes, thank you. I realize how much I've been rushing through my life. I must slow down. Slow it down, girl. Slow it down, baby girl. Like, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to think so much. Like, you're good. Life is not, a race, it's a marathon. I don't know what they call it. As long as you're doing, like, just taking steps to get to where you want to go and to becoming the person you want to be, you're going to get there in perfect divine timing. If you feel it in your spirit, you got to know deep down inside that everything that is meant for you is meant for you exactly at the time as it should be. So just trust the process and trust that the universe ain't going to do you like that. Like, the universe is going to give it to you. Like, so you're going to be fine. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Buffalo Rye. Thank you, baby. Can you tell us about money mentality? Listen, I am money, baby. Ow. I am money. Venus is money. Venus is ruled also like by Taurus. Taurus is the money. Taurus is the self-worth. Taurus is the value, right? So when we activate that energy, we naturally attract more money. Like, money cannot hide from us. Money just wants us so much when we realize who we are. I'm telling you, I've been doing the inner work on myself every day, and I've really been focused on my Venus challenge. And literally, all the ideas, all the people, like, people literally just be sending me money. Like, I have men that will literally just give me money. Like, oh, do you need this? Here you go. Like, oh, you need that? Here you go. Like, oh, like, even my friends or like people, like, they'll just support me in some kind of way that I need because I feel like I'm worthy of that. So the mentality of money is that money is attracted to me. Money loves me. I have a great relationship with money. I have a great relationship with myself. I love myself and I'm appreciative of this. Every time I get a sale, every time I get an order, every time I get a new customer, a new client, or a new person that's I'm working with on an intimate basis, like a new coaching client, whatever the case is, I'd be like, thank you so much. I literally every time, like, when you guys sign up for RGC or when you guys buy a product, I'll be like, oh my God, thank you so much. Sending them love, sending them blessings. I literally send blessings to you every single time. And it's just automatic because I know what I give, it's going to come back to me. And my natural gratitude is going to be receiving, like, I'm going to receive that energy right back. So I always send gratitude. I always say thank you when the money comes. And then when people do anything for me, in any type of way. Like, even like I said, I told you guys, all the flowers back, I got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things of flowers in the past 4 days. I don't know what it is and why all these men want to send me flowers right now. But I'm like, where is this coming from? But it's a synchronicity. But literally, I took a moment when I received the flowers. I was like, thank you. Like, really, just thank you. I let it just sink in my spirit. I smell the flowers. I look at how beautiful they are. And I just say thank you. I say thank you to them. I say thank you to me. I just say thank you for existing. Right? And you just get more and more. So I say when anything comes into my life, I say thank you. When a person comes in, I say thank you. When things come in, I say thank you. When money comes in, I say thank you. I have a person who supports this channel so much, like a couple people actually, that they send money to my Cash App every single week. Every single week. And one of the guys literally DM'd me. He was like, no, like, honestly, I think you're a goddess and it is an honor to support you. Like, when you really step into the energy of receptivity, like, people feel honored to give to you and money just wants to come towards you. And then the only thing that you have to do is when you get the money, you need to learn how to respect it. So you need to learn the practicality of it. So how do I save it? How do I build it? How do I invest it so that it can continue to grow? Because the money doesn't just want to be stuck. The money wants to make babies. The money wants to keep on growing. So that's the mentality of money. Money gets to keep on growing. Money is fertile. Money loves water. Money loves earth. Money loves to grow, right? Just like a plant. I literally dedicated a whole tree to my money like a year and a half ago, I believe. And it's so crazy. Like, first of all, I don't know if y'all got, I don't know if y'all just really think about this for a second. And this might be like stupid to some of you guys, but I just want y'all really to let this sink in. Plants are like alive. Like, plants are alive. Like, they are really alive. Like, they literally grow. Like, the tree that I planted, I dedicated that tree to my money. And I nourished it every chance I got, I would go outside, I would water it, I put water on it. I made sure that it was good. I would send loving energy to that plant and I would just like show up for it consistently, right? And then as soon as it turned into a whole tree, right? It's like a whole tree now. And then my spirit told me it was going to fruit in May and it was going to start showing fruit in May. And then lo and behold, I look, and then months later, it's May, and literally it started to fruit. And I was like, oh my God, like that's so cool. Like that's crazy. Like my spirit literally told me you'll be able to harvest in May. So I don't know. Like you just got to show up. And then, so when the plant started to fruit, I said to myself, like, okay, I'm here. I got you. I support you. And I know this fruit is going to nourish my body and I'm here to take care of it. And I'm here to make sure that it's not going to go in vain. Like I'm going to protect this fruit. I'm going to eat this fruit. It's going to nourish my body. Right. And that's the relationship that I have with money. It's like when it comes in, I'm going to spend it wisely. I'm going to stack it up. I'm going to invest it into things that are going to bring more money to me. I'm going to be responsible. But at the same time, I'm going to enjoy myself now. Okay. But at the same time, I'm going to do what I have to do to make sure that it stays. I'm going to take care of it. So literally, like I said, when that tree started to fruit, like when it first started to fruit, I was talking to it literally earlier that day. And then the leaf literally opened up even more just hours later. And then it really hit me. I was like, yo, these plants are alive. Like go spend time with nature and you'll just be so refreshed. And I know that you're like, what does that have to do with money? Taurian energy is strongly in tune with the plants and the earth. And I don't know exactly why right now, but the more you spend time in nature, barefoot, ground yourself, just be with the plants, breathe with the earth, you'll make more money. Like, I don't know, like you'll make more money. You'll just feel more solid and feel more grounded. So, even if y'all want to do something like that, dedicate a plant to your abundance. And you see, with a plant, it's not like an overnight process. It's something that you have to constantly feed, but not all the time, like every day, like be worried about it. You trust that the plant is going to grow. You take care of it. You're disciplined. You show up. You do what you have to do. And then at some point, the plant just grows and you trust that it's going to happen. That's the same thing with money and my financial goals. I pour into it. I show up. I become the best version of myself. I give more and more. My money starts to grow more and more. And the actual vehicle for my money to come in gets stronger and stronger. And then guess what? At some point, it finally fruits. And then I get the fruits of my labor and I get to enjoy it. And then we restart the process over and over again, right? And it's a continuous process. That's what you want to do. And that's the relationship that you want to have with money. You got to be as solid as the earth and let it grow like a plant, and you have to be as fluid like the water, constantly feeding it, letting it let life naturally do its thing, let it rain. You know, money likes to move. So that's what I would say. I have plants in my home and I hug the trees. Thank you so much. I will listen to this advice. Yes, no problem. Hug them trees, girl. I'll be hugging trees. I don't care. I don't care what the neighbors think. The more time I spend hiking in nature, the busier I get in my business. Yup. There was one time when me and my friend, we used to hike. We didn't used to, we did this a couple times. We went outside, we go outside, and we literally will just take business calls outside. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Thank you, Janice. Thank you. Keep doing your thing, goddess. Oh my God. You see the money, just let it come. Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. And every time I ching, money comes to me. Yes. You guys are so welcome. Taylor said I have 30 houseplants. Girl, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that, girl. You strong. You are strong, baby girl. Cause look, it was a lot making sure that tree was good. I was like, hold on, is this tree is it gonna die? Do I gotta cut these leaves? That's a lot, but hey man, go you. Your house probably feels so clear. Like you probably have clear energy in your house. Like your house probably feels like a sanctuary. Oh, that's something else about Venus too. Your environment, your actual physical environment needs to, it needs to give beauty. Like make sure you're adding beauty to your house, beauty to your home. If your home is cluttered and you got stuff all over the place, that's not going to bring the abundance. Venusian energy is cash. It's pure money, right? It's the energy of, especially the material. It's the energy of money. It's money in relationships and money in like physical possessions and like cash. That's what Venus is all about. Jupiter is like wisdom and prosperity. But Venus is cash. Like she is cold, hard cash, profit, and just like getting whatever she wants, right? So Venus is art, she's beauty, she's sweetness, she's colorful, she's love. So when you add these things to your physical environment, it does a lot for your money. Like I make sure my room stays like relatively like in order. I make sure that I keep my stuff looking nice. Add art to your space. Add colors to your space. Adorn yourself. All those beauty. Oh, I want to make sure I get acai bowl for a close at 9. Okay, I gotta go soon. I love my acai bowls. I love my fruits. Oh my god, I love my fruits. Okay. But all things that are sweet, the more that you nourish yourself and add these things to your room and really just activate that Venusian goddess energy, you're just gonna win. Like you're just gonna freaking win. Okay. Like the money is just gonna come home. I came home and I cleaned up immediately, period. As you should. As you should. Clean that room, clear out all the stuff, clean it, especially your closet. If you got a lot of stuff in your closet, literally, that's like your closet is like the deepest part of your brain, right? So if your closet is filled with a bunch of stuff and it's not in order, that says you got a lot of baggage in there. Take your house like it's a symbol. Take your room like it's a symbol of your life right now. So if things are messy and you got a lot of trash and things are all over the place, that's not going to bring the, honestly, spiritually speaking, I was taught that if you got a bunch of trash and stuff in your crib and in your house, that honestly invites demons and low vibrational frequencies. That's just what I was taught. It might not be that deep, but clean your stuff, put it in order. Okay. Don't be having a lot of low vibrational stuff, in your space. Somebody said cleaning is my therapy. Yes, I just clean out my. It feels so good when you walk into a clean. It's 222. It was 222, and we had 222 people in there in the building. Yes, yes. Period. Period. 222 relationships. Lakeisha said it's definitely that deep. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what I was taught. Like, that's what my spiritual elders taught me. They were like, if you got a bunch of trash cluttered in your room, you're gonna attract demons and low vibrational frequencies. And I used to scare me. I used to be like, what? Really? They're like, yeah, don't do that. Especially if it's there forever. I just realized reap the fruit of your labor. Messages are there subliminally. Yup. Yup. Reap the fruit of your labor, the harvest. And I just know now that thing's starting to fruit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My tree. My money coming. Okay, money is coming to me, y'all. Okay, it's giving 7-figure energy. Okay. Period. It's giving 7-figure energy. You made me realize there's a link between the way money grows and nature grows. That's beautiful. Yes, it's so connected. It's so incredibly connected. So do your inner work around money. Tap into your Venusian energy, receive and practice receiving, practice being in the vibration of what you want, practice knowing that you are deserving, practicing honoring yourself, practice every single Friday, do something to love yourself, do a ritual, a candle ritual, a bath ritual, whatever the case is, honor who you are, connect to your sexuality, embrace your goddess energy, do the woo woo stuff, do invest in your style, invest in your like in who you want to be, take the leap, take the risk, do what you need to do to get to the next level, do things that are being implanted in your heart. Like somebody needs to know right now that thing that you really want to do it. Because the more that you're just closed off and you're like, I don't want to do that, that makes me uncomfortable, or I'm scared and stuff like that. You're scared when people come up to you. You're scared when people try to give you things because you're like, no, what are you trying to do to me? Like, are you trying to, do you have like a negative motive? Like people who are super defensive, like obviously if something's really a threat, you'll know. But when you're just closed off to all men, all opportunities, all friends, all women, because you always think somebody got something against you, you always think that somebody wants to do something for you, like somebody just wants trying to do something to you, you're gonna block your blessings. You've been praying for the thing, and if the thing wants to come into your life, hello, it might be coming in through that person, it might be coming in through that opportunity, it might be coming in through that thing that makes you uncomfortable, but you know it's what you're supposed to do deep down inside. So don't be asking for your blessings to come in, but then be closed off to them. You got to open up your field and open up your energy. The feminine energy is open. She's receptive. She's just like, oh, yeah. And she has a filter. She knows what she's not going to let in and what she's not going to let out. All right. She has her, remember, I'm going to start calling it bad bitch boundaries. Okay. She has her bad bitch boundaries, but she also knows who she is, but she's open. She trusts. When a guy is being nice to me, I just be like, oh, he loves me, or he thinks I'm amazing. Obviously, I would be nice to me too. But I don't assume that he has negative intentions. And guess what? If I see that he has negative intentions and I feel like he has negative intentions, I don't talk to him. But if I feel like, he's just cool and I give him that energy, guess what? The best of men usually come out, or the best of another person usually comes out. But when you have expectations for how people are supposed to be, that's usually what you're going to see. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. But yeah, y'all. Yes, open up. You'll be fine. You'll be safe. You'll be all right. But y'all, I'm going to go get this acai bowl. But before I go, make sure you look at the pinned comment. Okay. Join RGC, the Rich Goddess Club. This is going to be the ultimate club to tap into your feminine energy, your money, your abundance, your entrepreneurship. I got courses, classes, lives coming on there, exclusive people that are going to be on there. And I also want to do in-person meetups so that we can meet together and be all up in each other's energy and grow together. And I really feel like this is going to be a huge thing. So connect with each other, join the community, get involved. Just join. The link is right there, and it's going to be amazing. I got amazing things rolled out for this launch that's going to be really happening at the end of the month. So yeah, somebody said, I always wonder how you pronounce that. Yes, Rich Goddess Club, RGC, Rich Goddess Club. You know the vibes. But yeah, y'all, I hope you guys have a beautiful, wonderful night. I'm sending every single person who clicked onto this video, every single person who's watching this video right now, every single person who came into this energy, came into this field. I'm sending them nothing but love, nothing but abundance, nothing of the highest frequency, everything that is going to elevate them, everything that is going to bring them money, bring them abundance, not just money, big money, the proper amount of money that is going to bring them their own personal definition of financial freedom, the proper love that is going to get them to truly feel nourished, truly feel adored, so they can give to others and give to their partner from their overflow. Proper friends that truly are amazing, that feel so right and so good and not shady, but feel amazing. You're just like, oh my God, I love this girl. Or, oh my God, I love this dude. Whatever the case is, sending you guys nothing but the best in all aspects of your life. Ashe, 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 ashe. It is done. Okay? It is done. I love you guys so much. It's 222 again in here. Have a wonderful day. Bye, you guys. Join RGC. Yay. And I'll see you later. Peace. Yes.